What's up guys, welcome to sunny Florida. This is January by the way. Alright, so I've been using a couple different cameras over the 5 last years. And I just wanted to share with you guys my experience with some of the Canon cameras that I had and what was the reason that I switched, what were the key points of each camera and what triggered that change. So my first camera was Canon T3i, which is like the most basic rebel cameras they have. I was never happy with the results and I always wanted full frame. So at one point I bought 5D Mark II. I got Canon 6D, which was my favorite camera for more than a year. Not until I got into video making where I realized I really needed dual pixel autofocus, which Canon 80D has. And then I had to switch to Canon 80D. Now having 80D for about a couple months, I realized it just sucks for pictures. It doesn't produce those high quality pictures as Canon 6D does in low light. And I would always have to carry 2 cameras with me all the hold on. And I would always have to carry all this with me, which is just nonsense. I cannot have one camera, second camera, third camera, lens, another lens, another lens. I have to have like 10 backpacks just for cameras, and then I have all my other you know? So I needed one camera that would do both. 5D Mark IV came out, that's what, like $5,000, $4,000 just for the body. Ooh, no. I don't have that money. No. A couple months ago, 6D Mark II came out, and when it was announced, I was going crazy about it. I was like, hell yeah, my 6D version 1 is going to be updated with 6D 2, and then all this hype about the 6D, and everybody just start complaining how bad of a camera it is. Because why? Because there is no 4K. Really? Do you need 4K? Look at all my videos. All my videos are shot in 1080p 60 frames per second, which I slow it down to 23.976 whatever, or whatever. It just, nobody uses 4K. Like, do you use 4K? Do you have a movie theater in your house? Why do you even need 4K? All these people online have been crying about that Canon doesn't have 4K on their 6D Mark II. Get a 5D Mark IV then. It has 4K. There you go. You gotta pay the money, you know? So that's just the story behind why I even wanted to make this review of these 3 cameras. Canon 6D, Canon 80D, and Canon 6D Mark II. Because I kind of got to use them, and I know why I switched from one to another, and I know what are the key points to it. I'm not gonna go into technical specifications. You can go read it online. Bunch of... Oh. Look at this, buddy. What's up? Yeah, that's Florida for you. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into technical specifications of each camera. You can look that online, you can go to canon.com, whatever the heck you wanna do. I'll just tell you main things you need to know before you buy any of these cameras. We know that Canon 6D and 6D Mark II are full frame, which means it's much larger than Canon 80D sensor, which is cropped. So here is 80D size of the sensor. Here is 6D or 6D Mark II. It's much bigger. So that's the main difference between full frame and crop sensor. If you put the same lens on 80D and 6D Mark II or 6D, first, you will get wider image because the sensor is bigger. Second, you will have much more light coming into the camera body and you will have less noise. Therefore, you get better images. So that's a good point. Okay, so it's important to know that 6D was released first, then 80D, then 6D Mark II, which means every new camera that comes out has a better processor. Therefore, we have a newer version of processor in each of these cameras. What you really need to know about these 3 cameras: number 1, Canon 6D doesn't have dual pixel autofocus. What is it? Having dual focus on these 2 cameras is just great. Like I'm recording on 6D Mark II right now, and watch, if I'm gonna walk back, the camera gonna refocus on my face. I have it set up to focus on my face. So if I walk backwards, I just don't want to fall into this lake. The camera always gonna keep in focus. If I walk towards the lens, the camera again refocusing, and it does it pretty quick. I have a 24-105 lens f4 right now, so just kit lens. Same thing with 80D. It will do exactly the same thing. The only difference is the same lens gonna crop it. Let me show you. Okay, same lens, same distance, same tripod, different camera. This is Canon 80D. You see how zoomed in I am because we have cropped sensor, therefore it kind of cuts the frame. Where full frame you have it this much. Same technology here. We have dual autofocus 80D. I get closer, it refocuses on my face. I get back, it refocuses on me again. So it always keeps me in focus. Even if I'll step out of frame, I get back in, took its time, refocused. It's pretty fast. It's really good. I love it compared to any other camera like Lumix or Sony, whatever other brand it has. I don't think Nikon even has this kind of technology, but Canon is on point. So that's the biggest drawback compared to 6D. Alright, so 6D Mark II back. Right away, the first thing that I noticed and that I miss in Canon 6D, the 6D doesn't have a touchscreen. It's not just a flip out LCD that we're missing, but also the touchscreen is a big plus on 6D Mark II, which doesn't really give quality to your images, but it's a good thing. Using the touchscreen, you can just tap on the screen and you can focus on the objects just like you can do on your phone. Focus on backpack, focus on dock. Focus back on backpack. Where on Canon 6D you don't have any of that because the screen is not touchscreen. You cannot refocus just like that. It doesn't autofocus during the video, and that just sucks. You can't do anything. Touch, touch, touch. So I wouldn't say that 6D is a bad camera, 6D Mark II is a good camera, 80D is whatever camera. I would just say it all depends on your needs. If you are a photographer, you don't do videos, and all you care is about good quality images with great low light capabilities, 6D Mark I is great. If I wouldn't do video, I would still keep my 6D Mark I, trust me. If you're into videos, you're into vlogging, you don't take as many pictures, 80D is great. Full pixel focus works just as good as on 6D Mark II. Awesome camera, love it. But if you one of those individuals like me where you want one camera capable of both, having good low light capabilities, having good video, having full frame, 6D Mark II is definitely a winner. You have to consider the price. 6D Mark II, what, about $17.99 in US right now, 2018? 80D about $10.99, and 6D is, if I'm not mistaken, $12.99. So the price difference is not that big, especially if you consider having one camera over two that's capable of both. Having 6D Mark II for $1,700, $17.99 over $10.99 plus $12.99? Nah, I would just have one. But like I said, if you don't do videos, 6D Mark I is a great camera. You don't need an upgrade. Unless you want your flip out LCD touchscreen. One more thing I forgot to mention, 80D has a pop-out flash. Most of the crop sensor cameras have a pop-up flash, so you don't have that on Canon 6D or 6D Mark II, where you can only mount an external flash, so that's kind of cool. To conclude, there are no perfect camera. It's all about you. It's all about your needs. So if you're only doing videos, you don't do much photos, 80D, great camera. If you're only into photography, 6D is the winner, definitely. If in both photos and videos on point, 6D Mark II is The last point to prove Canon 6D Mark II and 80D video capabilities over the 6D is that these two cameras record 60 frames per second full frame, where Canon 6D only does 30 frames. So if you do want to have a nice slow-mo like I'm about to show, you definitely will need either 80D or 6D Mark II. That's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And remember, the output of your creativity depends 90% on you and only 10% on your gear. Wait, did you really didn't subscribe? Okay, alright, no problem.